Welcome to the Explainer. So, if you're one of those focus learners who's just constantly juggling a million PDFs, YouTube links, meeting notes, articles, you know exactly how exhausting it gets trying to connect all the dots. Well, today we're going to completely flip the script on how you handle all that digital overload. We're diving into a genuinely revolutionary tool from Google called NotebookLM. I am so pumped to show you how this thing basically becomes your highly organized, totally personalized second brain. And the best part? It actually understands your documents. Because, let's be real, aren't you just completely over AI hallucinations? We have all been there. You ask a standard AI a really specific question about a dense doc, and it confidently spits back an answer that sounds amazing, right? Except it's totally made up, like telling you to put glue on your pizza. Those hallucinations are basically the ultimate villain when you're relying on factual info for work or school. Well, NotebookLM was literally built from the ground up to defeat that exact villain. Okay, let's look at the roadmap for today. First, we'll meet your grounded AI. 2, the core features. 3, the interactive audio podcast. 4, real-world use cases. And 5, limitations and pro tips. Section 1, meet your grounded AI, the precise solution to digital overwhelm. Let's get right into it. So your standard AI tools out there, they're incredibly creative, right? They scan the entire internet. That makes them amazing for brainstorming, but it's also exactly why they hallucinate. They pull from everywhere. NotebookLM operates on a totally different philosophy. It is what we call grounded. That means it scans only the specific sources you upload. The trade-off here is absolutely crucial. You are sacrificing that wild, internet-wide creativity for absolute, undeniable reliability. It is not going to make things up, because its entire universe of knowledge is dictated by you. Now, you might be wondering, when exactly is this the right tool for the job? Well, our sources lay out 3 golden rules of thumb. Number 1, you have a zero-tolerance policy for hallucinations. You need the absolute truth based only on your files. Number 2, your info is scattered all over the place. We're talking PDFs, Google Docs, YouTube URLs, audio files, the whole shebang. And number 3, you need a cohesive, reliable output fast. If your project hits those 3 criteria, this tool is going to completely blow the competition out of the water. All right, moving on to Section 2. The core features, building your interactive knowledge base. The day-to-day workflow here is brilliantly simple. It's basically 4 steps. Step 1, upload your sources. The beauty here is you can throw in a massive PDF of a research paper right alongside a YouTube video and your own messy lecture notes. Step 2, generate overviews. NotebookLM will instantly create study guides, FAQs, or visual diagrams of whatever you just uploaded. Step 3, chat and interact deeply. You ask it a question and it pulls the answer exclusively from your files. It even gives you little inline citations to show exactly where it found the info. And finally, step 4, save to notes. Hit a great insight in the chat, just click save, and it becomes a permanent building block in your knowledge base. And I've got to highlight one of the most powerful features here, mind maps. Imagine uploading this insanely dense document on cryptography or machine learning. Instead of slogging through pages of text, NotebookLM instantly builds this interactive visual branch map. You see types of machine learning, and you can literally just click into the supervised or unsupervised branches. It pulls out the core concepts and organizes them visually for you. If you're a visual learner, this is an absolute game changer for speeding up how you process complex info. Up next, Section 3, the interactive audio podcast, learning by listening and joining in. But hey, what if you're staring down 20 PDFs and you just do not want to read a single word? How do we take static, honestly kind of boring documents and turn them into a dynamic conversation? Enter audio overviews. This is wild. NotebookLM can take all your uploaded files and generate this incredibly realistic AI-hosted podcast. You get 2 AI co-hosts just bantering back and forth, summarizing your specific documents. But here's the crazy part. You can actually join in. You can hit a button, interrupt the AI host mid-sentence, and ask them a live question. In one of our source examples, a user was listening to a summary on decentralized finance, paused it, and asked the host to explain Web3 versus crypto. The AI hosts literally acknowledged the question, pivoted the conversation, and answered it right there on the spot. It's basically like having a 24/7 study group right in your pocket. That brings us to Section 4, real-world use cases, specifically for the professional, the researcher, and the student. First up, the professional. You can use this for what's called focus knowledge retrieval. Picture uploading hundreds of pages of, say, filming equipment manuals or impossibly dense tax codes.
You just type, hey, how do I update the firmware on my camera? And boom, it hands you the exact steps. Or use it as a project context engine. Dump in your meeting transcripts and project plans and have it instantly spit out a campaign timeline. It's also incredible for earnings analysis. Upload Google and Meta's earnings reports, throw in some analyst articles, and ask how their AI monetization strategies differ. It rapid fires the connections across all those massive documents.
Then we have the researcher. Say you're doing a big literature review on adolescent mental health and social media, and you've got like 15 different PDFs. Instead of manually highlighting and mapping everything out, NotebookLM can automatically generate a comparative data table for you. It lines up the sources side by side, comparing the authors, the specific age groups they studied, the methodology, the findings, even the limitations. It takes something that usually requires hours of manual data extraction and does it in seconds. And finally, the student. If you're prepping for finals, you can literally upload your entire syllabus, all your lecture notes, and textbook chapters. From that data, the AI automates the creation of a massive briefing document, dynamic flashcards, and a master FAQ list of the most critical concepts. You are essentially building a bespoke, always available AI tutor that deeply, intimately understands your exact course material. And to really supercharge your learning, try this exact pro prompt. Give me the 80-20 of this topic in 5 bullets. This taps straight into the Pareto principle, commanding the AI to instantly isolate the vital 20% of the text that gives you 80% of the actual knowledge. It is a wildly efficient hack to just slice right through the academic fluff.
All right, last section. Section 5, limitations and pro tips, mastering the fine print.
So check out this curveball prompt from our sources about health routines. A user uploaded some medical reports and a few videos on fasting, and then asked the AI about inserting deload weeks into my workout routine. Now, because NotebookLM is so strictly grounded, it didn't try to invent a fitness plan for them. It just straight up replied, none of the sources say anything about deload weeks. That perfectly illustrates the integrity of this tool. It actually admits when it doesn't have the answer, no making things up. But you also really need to grasp the sheer scale of what this thing can handle. 25 million. That is the massive word count limit for a single notebook. To put that into perspective, most standard AI tools max out somewhere between 64,000 and maybe 500,000 words. NotebookLM's context window is so gigantic, you could upload entire libraries of information into a single project, and it won't lose the plot. It's wild. Still, there are a few warning labels you'll want to keep in mind. First off, there is a hard cap of 20 sources per notebook. But, insider pro tip, you can easily bypass that by just merging multiple PDFs or docs into one giant file before you upload. Second, remember, this is not built for creativity. So generate your factual outlines here and then export them to something like Claude or Gemini to write out the final creative deliverable. And third, and this is absolutely crucial, you must click Save to Note when you get a great answer in the chat. The system doesn't train on your data, which is great for privacy, but it means if you close the chat without saving, that conversation is gone forever. Which brings us to the final thought I want to leave you with today. We've just explored a tool that practically eliminates information overwhelm, turns scattered PDFs into interactive podcasts, and builds hallucination-free study guides in literally seconds. So if you had a personal 24/7 AI tutor that never lied to you, what complex topic would you finally master today? The power to synthesize the world's most difficult information is literally right at your fingertips now. Get out there, grab your scattered files, and start building your ultimate knowledge base.